going live. Alright, just gotta get the chat set up from YouTube on OBS again.
Alright, I'm in. Alrighty, I'm in.
Good.
So,
There we go. Got that set up. And now I'm ready to play more Pizza Tower.
alrighty. Will you have... Let's see if you have what it takes to get to that second boss, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So
like,
now that we're...
So like what I was gonna say, like I actually learned there's actually a trick to being able to do Pizza Tower bosses. Like I watched someone play against the first boss to see what I was doing wrong, to see if I could have gotten a better score. And it turns out like what you're supposed to do against bosses, like your trick button actually acts as a parry.
I see. So you basically have to like you basically have to hit your trick button at the right time.
Yeah. So if you hit your trick button at the right time, and then you'll basically be invincible all when a boss hits you.
Nice. I see. You also can do like and you can also do like follow-up attacks, right?
No, you can't. You just have to dodge them and don't get hit.
Nice. I see. It's kind of...
Where was I? Or yeah, I think I'm in this area right now.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Doc, how do you feel about like the level design of this game just so far in terms of like how just kind of how with it develops challenges, just kind of making like interesting levels by how they're constructed.
I love it so far. Like everything's just so fast and fluid. I pretty much don't have any complaints with this game so far.
It's great. That's great.
All right. Oh wait, this is the next boss. I forgot I unlocked him already. All right, let's see what he does. The vigilante. Okay, I get a gun.
Oh, you gotta get... Oh god, you got a gun.
He's got a gun.
God, what? Is this guy like... I wonder, is this guy like a blob of cheese?
Looks like it. Man. The dodging is actually... The parrying is actually pretty hard, too.
I see. I guess the timing is a lot more strict. It's not, I guess it's not like Sonic Frontiers where, you know, the pit...
Yeah, you can't hold it.
Yeah, right, it's not... Yeah, it is kind of weird how the parry in Sonic Frontiers is not actually a real parry, you know?
Yeah, like, it's more like a shield. You just hold it.
Right, but you can still do follow-ups even after, like, you successfully parry it, which is kind of interesting. Oh, God.
Oh, man, my game's slowing down.
Uh-oh.
At least I got a few of his lives. Oh, shoot!
He's coming.
Darn cheese blob. Die.
Oh, no.
Die, cheese blob.
Hopefully it's not, like, super hot. I wonder if those are, like, super hot, because if there's anything more...
Those globs of cheese on the pizza that burn your tongue.
Oh, yeah, those are the worst. It's like, you want to eat your pizza now, but, like, you have to deal with the sauce and the cheese, like, burning the hole inside of your mouth.
And the ghost of his grandpa is here, too. Oh, no, he's got a flamethrower. Oh, no, I couldn't parry through that.
Okay.
Alright, one hit left, but then it's gonna be the phase 2.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty, let's see what I can do. Let's see what I have to do against him now. Oh shoot, it's the sunset.
watch the sunset with my friend
Frankly,
Squidward.
dear, I don't give a damn. I don't know what movie that's from. I just know it's a reference.
I see.
Endor 5000 saying, "Hey, hey there, man. Happy to have you."
Hi there. Hope you enjoy the stream. Oh yeah, now you have to. Oh yeah, now this is interesting. Now you have to play with the darkness and the silhouettes. I mean, how do you honestly feel about it when video games kind of have like a darkness effect and you only have to go off like the silhouettes?
Like, it was cool when Donkey Kong Country did it, or Donkey Kong Country Returns did it. Like, it's certainly very pretty.
Yeah, it really puts a lot of emphasis on like the backgrounds, but you can still see like your characters and everything in action. And here it's here it's no different. You can still see like the characters in action, and yeah,
Ah,
just
man, I
because
messed
your
up that
character is
parry.
still. Oh god.
I'm down to 1 life.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I'm going to be able to beat him on the first try. But I can still try.
Oh. Oh god.
Darn cow. Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have a cow, man.
Darn. Okay, the cow's dead.
Uh And his ghost was also attacking you too.
I think that's his grandpappy.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, the grandpappy got me. Alrighty, guess we're going back to the Old West.
All right, average. Yeah, this boss fight. Do you feel like? Yeah, I mean, do you feel like this boss fight is about on par with
Now that I actually know how
difficulty
to
of the
parry,
first
I
one?
feel like I can do it a lot easier.
Right.
I just have to get good at parrying is all.
I see.
No, like if I can get good at parrying, I pretty much don't have to give up my position at all.
Right, you can just continue. Yeah, and you can just continue the offense.
Yep. Oh no! I didn't think I could parry that in time. I guess I probably could have though. Can't afford to lose too much health.
Yeah, the bullets. Oh god. Gotta love the poses you do when you. Oh yeah, gotta love the poses you do when you successfully pull off a parry.
Like he's headbutting. He's headbutting those cheese bullets.
Nah. I mean, they are. I mean, hopefully they're not like hard.
Taking some piping hot cheese to the face.
Oh yeah, I hope it's soft cheese and not hard cheese because, obviously.
Oh my gosh, I was like parrying right in his face.
Nah.
Man, this guy's sliding around like crazy. Alright, I've only gotten taken one hit so far. I think I'm doing much better this time.
Oh yeah, you definitely have an understanding of the parrying a lot better.
Alright, back to full health. I think I can do it.
Oh yeah, you definitely. It's only your second. Yeah, it's only your second try, and you have a lot more mastery over this boss. It seems.
Endor 5000 saying, "What in the world are you fighting?" I'm fighting a melted cheese glob. At least I think that's what it is. A melted cheese glob in the Wild West.
Yes.
With a gun. With angry bullets. With faces on them. And a cow.
and his grandfather.
And the ghost of the cheesy grandpappy.
He's coming. Yeah, he's coming back again.
Ah, I should have parried that.
I wonder what kind of cheese he's made out of. I bet he would, or if he would even taste good.
Is this a bug? Okay, I feel like I'm trapped in this corner. Okay, I just have to like keep. Okay, man, I lost half my health to all that.
Oh dear.
Pete, Endor saying Pizza the Hut with a cowboy hat. That's exactly what this is. Like, you watch Spaceballs, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know which movie you're talking about. That one like parody of that one parody of Star Wars.
One of the best movies ever made. Oh shoot!
Right.
That missile got me.
Oh yeah, and I can't forget. I know about that one scene in Spaceballs, the suck.
I mostly remember it for the jam.
Oh god. Oh god.
And the stunt doubles.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Darn
What other? Oh god. I have to say, like, what other like parody movies do you know of that you really like?
I actually recently tried to watch a bunch of parody movies. It feels like they can be very hit or miss. Scary Movie was definitely a hit, and its sequels are definitely a hit too.
Yeah,
I think I
just
might
how they
actually
make
manage
fun
to
of
beat this guy. Oh god, dang it, darn cow. Um, let's see. I think what else did I watch? Epic Movie. That one was also definitely a hit.
Oh, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, that movie. Yeah, I remember like seeing the trailers for that movie like so long ago, and just seeing how many like parodies they could basically. That movie is just seeing how many parodies and movie tropes it can fit in at once.
1 minute.
And what are some other examples of like really of parody films that you've seen?
Um, I can't. I remember. I can't remember their names. Like I just remembered there were a few that I tried to watch, but they just bored me or just didn't seem to be as funny. They felt like general misses. That actually reminds me. I probably need to watch. I think it was called Remember the Spartans. That one's also a parody movie. I'll have to look. I want to watch that one. See how well it is.
Is that like a parody of 300?
Yeah,
Or
basically 300, and there's references of like Shrek the Third in there, I think.
Oh man, oh man, of all the oh man, that just shit feels kind of weirdly out of place, for but it feels very comedic at the same time. Oh man.
But like, I was also going to say like, one thing I definitely remember from like Epic Movie, like you know how how it's based how a lot of the general premise is a parody of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Right.
Like probably the most hilarious and like fan servicey joke from that movie is like that like like right after one of the characters just oh shoot, I got hurt. Right after the one of the characters opened the wardrobe, a bunch of junk falls off and buries her in a mountain of junk, and but like the big joke that comes afterwards is like right after all that mountain of junk, a completely naked woman blonde woman just walks out of the wardrobe and gallops away or skips away.
Oh my. Oh my.
Like no clothes on, just this hot blonde woman just walking out of the wardrobe.
well then that's that's definitely something for
Definitely worth the watch, right?
I know, right? This is why we watch. This is why we watch movies. We watch them for like the hot female actors.
Yep. Who needs story writing? Just add a hot woman.
Right. Yeah, that's why people love. That's why people love Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You of course know about her, right?
Oh yeah, we all know her. Ricardo Acevedo saying hello. Hello there, man. Happy to have you.
Hey! Hope you enjoyed the stream. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have to ask, how do you honestly feel about Who Framed Roger Rabbit as a whole?
One of my favorite movies ever. Really good 2D animation. Fits seamlessly into the 3D world. Just really gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Oh
Endor,
yeah,
Endor 5000 saying sex sells. Yes, it does. It's
Sex.
effective marketing, and I'm all for it.
Right. Right, it's pretty. Yeah, that's just the thing. I feel like a lot. I feel like a lot of what was it? The reason why there's a lot of ecchi and fan service anime is just because it sells like it just sells like really well. Like, oh, like what? Like like I was just trying to think here. Like, what are some like really good examples of like really good ecchi and fan service anime that you've got that you've seen like circulating around that's caught your interest?
Nothing as of late. There's not a lot of anime in the recent seasons that's actually interested me. Actually, no, I take that back. There's Buddy Daddies, but that one's not really ecchi. There's what? There's also the Ice Blade Id Sorcerer will rule the world. That one's kind of interesting. But nothing really fan servicey that's as of late that I'd say really captivates me. Actually, no, I remember something. Peter Grell.
Peter. Gr-
Peter
Grell.
Grill is basically this It's borderline hentai. The basic premise is that this guy wants to this holy warrior knight wants to get with the virgin princess whose dad hates him, by the way. The dad who basically really loves his daughter is constantly trying to frame Peter into into cheating on the princess daughter by setting him up with a bunch of hot monster girls like orcs and dark elves and goblins and all that stuff. Also that his daughter won't. Also that the princess will no longer want to marry him.
I see.
And
I see.
like there's a ton of nudity along the way.
Oh boy, you gotta love that. And oh yeah.
At least he's like not getting with the girls because he has an actually good reason. He basically has his sights set on the princess, but all these girls just keep on tempting him.
Nice. I see. So it's like he's in an inescapable harem.
Yeah, pretty much. And right. Like the art is pretty good of what I watch. So like, I have a barrel transformation now. All right, so let me read chat for a bit. Ricardo Vito saying 50% of anime be like. Endor 50 saying, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a gem of a film. When it comes to ecchi anime, the first I always think of is Interspecies reviewers for being so unbelievably and outrageously just a hentai. Yeah, Interspecies reviewers is definitely pretty up there, especially in terms of art. But like, I would say like one of the better ecchi anime would probably have to be like Mach Key. Like just really good art, really good fan service, uncensored nipples. Like just a really good just a really good time overall if you love fan service and like borderline hentai.
Right.
It was animated by the same. I'm pretty sure it was animated by the same artist that did To Love Ru, which also has like really good ecchi overall.
Oh yeah.
Just really good art direction. And Mudkip96 saying, "This game looks a lot like Sonic, looks like Wario and Sonic Rush." Yes, it pretty much is. Like Sonic fans love this game. Wario Land 4 fans love this game.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it's just a really fast and really great game.
Like,
Rolling
wait,
around at the speed of sound. Got the places,
places
to go,
to
got to
go.
follow my rainbow.
Oh, oh god.
Can't
Wait, have
stick-
you actually?
Oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
Wait, have you actually played Sonic Rush?
I did for a while. I tried it several times. Like I just couldn't get into it. Something about the homing attack being on a different button and the trick system, like it just didn't resonate with me as much. I loved
Nice.
Colors DS, even though that's technically sort of the same, but like the homing attack being on the A just makes a very big difference to me. I don't
Nice.
know what it is with me, but like for some reason, like if I can't have button mapping, it's just it's hard to get into a game if like I don't like the button setup.
Right. I see. On the topic of Sonic Rush, do you know about Sonic 4?
Yeah, I actually played that a long time ago. I don't remember like I don't it's a blur, but I don't really recall having much to say about it.
It's kind of surprising. So I recently something that I recently learned about Sonic 4 is that it wasn't originally going to be called Sonic 4. It was originally so the thing about Sonic 4 is that it was originally going to be like a mobile game, just a small mobile game, and one of one of the things about Sonic the beta of Sonic 4 is that you could access like every level in every zone in the game in sort of a non-linear fashion. Like it, and another thing that apparently a lot of people will say about Sonic 4 is that it apparently uses Sonic Rush's engine just because it was developed by the same developer as the portable Sonic games, Dibs. They developed both the Sonic Advance and the Sonic Rush titles.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but a lot of people really don't like Sonic 4 just because well, there's a lot of things really. A lot of people aren't really a big fan of like the controls, the physics, and like the level design. Of course, a lot of people say that the level design is just rebranded versions of like old zones. But like, yeah, but it's really funny too because apparently the game is like really heavily centralized on the homing attack. It's how you gain. It's apparently the main way you gain speed in that game. The spin dash is just not good in Sonic 4.
Interesting.
But yeah, it is. It's just Sonic 4 is just a really weird game. But anyway, going back to anime. How do you honestly feel about the more recent more recent mainstream anime? Like the anime that a lot of people have been talking about as of recent is Chainsaw Man.
Oh, I love Chainsaw Man.
Oh yeah, have you read the manga?
No, I haven't. Like, I probably would if I felt like it. Like, I don't mind reading manga. I just have to be more like in the mood for it. I'm more of an anime watcher, even though like manga is arguably a lot more efficient to like enjoy a lot of stories.
Right. Of course. How do you honestly feel about the characters of Chainsaw Man? I know there's a lot of like really.
Denji is just really relatable. Just a kid that had it rough that wants to enjoy his lifestyle.
Right, but now he has the power to like fuse with that chainsaw dog.
Yeah.
And then you have characters like Makima, who she's all about like wanting to keep like people as her pets.
Yeah, I don't know what her deal is yet, but I'm interested in finding out.
Then you have, and then you have Power, which she's
just a chaotic moron.
Right, and then you got like Kobeni, who's like the really shy one, who's apparently like a devil. Like what?
Wait, she is? I didn't think she was. I thought she was just a normal human. Let me read off chat really quick. Liswick Sonata saying, Ricardo Esvito saying, what did you think of the Nintendo Direct? I think it's like really cool that Fantasy Life is getting another sequel. Man, I'm stuck on this part.
Are you still trying? Oh, I see. Has it been hot? Is it like? Are you like having a hard time getting used to like Barrow's controls, or is it?
Apparently there's something I have to do
Yeah, it's
to like
rolling
get
that
over
gap.
those gaps. Okay, there it is. That's what I was supposed to do. Uh, okay, here we go. Let's hope I can still make it in time. I'm probably not. I'm definitely not getting a very good rank on this level. All right,
Yeah,
all right. Let's
yeah. There.
let me
Uh
try to hurry and then.
oh.
But yeah, I'm really excited for Fantasy Life 2. Like Fantasy Life 1 was like really great. Everybody has always been waiting for like a Life 2 for like years now. So the fact that it's finally happening is like just a dream come true for like a lot of people.
Right. Indeed. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make it. All right,
Oh
time's up.
no.
All
But at
right.
least you know how to like.
Yeah, at
You,
least
you at least
now
know
I
how to
know how
get
to
around
deal
that
with that
part.
level. Endor 50 saying 5000 saying I checked out Chainsaw Man and I couldn't get past the first episode. It was kind of exactly what I expected, and I remember a 3D model sticking out like a sore thumb. Not my thing. I can see why you would say that. Like 2D and 3D hybridization can get kind of awkward sometimes. Like it doesn't really like ruin a lot of anime for me. Like I notice it, but like it's not enough. It's usually not enough for me to like not want to watch an anime. Like I remember like seeing that kind of thing in like Mirai Nikki, and just thinking it was more funny than like bad.
Right.
Um, let's see. Um, what else was
Yeah.
interesting to you lately? Um,
Wait. Have you? Oh yeah. I have to ask. Have you watched a lot of Spy Family?
oh yeah, I love Spy Family. Spy Family is great. No complaints for me with Spy Family. Love Spy Family.
Oh yeah. All right.
And Ricardo Esvito saying, as a Yokai Watch fan, I can say I set my expectations were too high for the direct. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything Yokai Watch related from the direct, so like level 5 games there being more level 5 games coming out in English is nice, but like I wasn't expecting anything Yokai Watch related, like, and especially like since I'm kind of working on my own game project right now, like I can focus on that instead of worrying about if Yokai Watch is gonna get another localized game or anything.
Or even a new game entirely or even a new game entirely.
Yeah, yeah. I've got
So
my own projects to worry about right now, so that's enough to keep me busy, and plenty of games to look forward to as well, not including
right.
Fantasy Life 2.
Indeed. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Going back to like your own game project. What are some other like interesting ideas that Yokai Watch hasn't really tackled that you want to try and like implement?
Um, like in Yokai Watch 3, there was this one thing where certain monsters would do more damage based on a very particular trait that usually had nothing to do with battle. Like 1 minute. Um, one of the yokai they introduced in Yokai Watch 3 are El Gutso and El Gutso Grande. They both have this skill that makes it so that they do a ton of extra damage against any yokai that are S ranks. Like no other yokai have that skill, and like El Gutso is especially good because of it, partially because of his brave tribe and low ranks. So he can so he can basically do a ton of extra damage to like like teams that rely on their S rank that heavily rely on their S ranks.
Right. Right.
Like
Right.
it's
So
it's
yeah,
it's
you're
like not it's like actually not a bad idea to like use a full team of El Gutso and then take and then take them into the ladder and then like just destroy teams that rely on their S rank yokai.
right. And I guess you're gonna do something similar to that.
Yeah, something similar. Like
Are you just gonna? Yeah, you're
like
just gonna make it.
like the idea I had was like I basically have a bug monster family and like I actually made a carnivorous plant that's a Venus flytrap, and I basically made its skills so like it does boosted damage to any monsters that are bug family, which makes sense both in theme and in gameplay.
Right. Right. So the Venus flytrap is meant to be counter to those bug families.
Yeah, or at least something unique about it that can stand out in battle that plays off the theme of the monster.
Right. And how about like supports that you don't really see support yokai that perform supporting roles that you don't really see very often, and making monsters off of that.
Um, Nothing really comes to mind off the bat. Like I do have a bunch of ideas, but like I'd have to look at my spreadsheet to remember all of them. But I know I definitely have a good number of ideas.
And yeah, what are some like other like really interesting? Yeah, what out of all the ideas that you've come up with monsters and how and their efficiency in battle, which ones would you say are you like the most interested in like making work and
Mm.
just like seeing them in action once you like get to that point?
Um, let me read off chat real quick, and then I will answer that. Um, um, Twinkling Topaz saying, "Hey Zion, it's Marcy. How are you? I finished Chapter 8 of Fire Emblem Engage, eh, and it was pretty difficult. I took a beating, but I made it through. It's a fun time, and I'm starting to get better units. Okay, good. Glad she's enjoying her SRPG. Um, let's see. And Ricardo Acevedo saying basically super effective attacks. Yeah, basically that. Like just doing extra damage is just for being a bug, which is what you would expect a carnivorous plant to be able to do anyway. Unlike Carnivine and Pokemon, which is actually weak to bugs. Oh, let's see. Ah, shoot. Let's see. Endor 5000 saying, imagine being a fly and the higher being of the heaven hates you so much that he creates a plant to kill you personally.
There's like a surprising number of plants that have like that are basically adapted to like eating insects that are adapted to eating insects.
They need the extra protein because the soil's not doesn't have enough nutrients. The ground
Right.
won't feed me, so your corpse will.
Right.
Aw man, I missed out on some of some items. All right, and Twinkling Topaz saying also nearly finished with season 4 of this Sailor Moon anime Super S. It's decent and it has its moments, but I think it's the weakest one. You know, it's been like so long since I've watched or read anything Sailor Moon, so like I don't really have much of a comment. Like I remember like reading the Sailor Moon manga like a long time ago, and it was like really good. I can't remember it though. Like it's been like so long. Like I got the Sailor Moon manga like from a local library. Let's
I
see.
see.
Right. So you said support skills for yokai, right?
Yeah. So
Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Like as far as I can remember, like most of my ideas are pretty much ideas for skills I took from Yokai Watch that I think would be pretty unique and would work well.
right. So like So yeah, what are your prime? Yeah, what are some like prime examples of that? Of just skills that you really like from Yokai Watch 3, and just kind of just kind of making them your own.
Let's see. Oh yeah, definitely Fukurokuju. Being able to like just revive an ally as long as it's active. That one's pretty unique. Oh yeah. What was his name? Terrapoda. Just being able to like deny revival.
Right.
Oh yeah. Also like there's actually Nerd. Like he has a unique skill that makes it so like all yokai will get healed for way less. So like, which makes him actually like really good against dealing with the grain paw mini boss fight, because like usually a lot of teams struggle against him because like he heals a little too much from he usually heals too much for most players to have been able to deal with him. But like if you carry Nerd, you can actually deal with grain paw like really easily. I can have it.
Right, right, and I guess, and I know that you said you want to like, make like healers like really valuable in your game. So what are some things you want to do to like make healers like more valuable and way more worth your consideration when you play?
One thing I want to do is like I'm not going to be doing a Heartful Tribe thing. Like that tribe unity is arguably kind of dumb. I'm or at least just way too situational. Like what I'm going to do is like just make a monster that has the same skill as the entire Heartful Tribe. So like you can still make use of that perk, but man, this darn goblin shooting at me.
No, he really shoots you. I mean, at least you can see where he's gonna shoot, but they still really get in the way.
Yeah. Alrighty, I got past. Speeding my way through.
Super speed. But yeah, you're just gonna give them. Oh god.
Yeah, Heartful Tribe all to one yokai. Also, Slippery Tribe is also kind of bad because like there's so many ways to like guarantee or get past that unity and negatively inspirit your opponent. So like there's not as much incentive to use it.
Right, and so you want to have like more of an incentive to use more monsters that actually can protect themselves from stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Or at least have ways to get around debuffs. Actually, that's one thing I'm actually aiming to do. Like one skill I also had in mind was like since with what was it? I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
With the just kind of with the slippery buffing the slippery unity.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember now. What I was gonna say was like I basically made a healer monster that makes it so long as it's active, like no one, like all allies will be immune to debuffs. So that way it makes itself a healer that stands out. It can focus on keeping its allies healthy without them all these without them having without you having to constantly purify. And you get the benefit of the slippery unity as it arguably should have been. Endor 5000 saying, I never understood the point of the Heartful Unity since that requires you to have 2 healers and 1 attacker. And Ricardo Acevedo saying, you do it is pretty cool. Yeah, I also have a yokai monster I'm going to do that has the same skill as you do it, which is also pretty cool. Ricardo Acevedo saying, from what I remember, the Snarl Fusion had a cool ability. The Snarl Fusion actually has a really, really bad ability, but I'll talk about that in a moment.
Alright.
Endor 5000. Also, when it comes to the difference between Eerie and Shady Unity, I remember Eerie and Spirit's longer and Shady and Spirit's are more intense. I think like what it actually is like Shady Unity has more accuracy on the debuffs, and Eerie Unity has more potency on the debuffs. Like they do, like they I think they just like debuffs are permanent until they're purified, so they don't like really last longer. What Eerie does is it just boosts the potency. So like if it was a 10% debuff, it would go up to 20%. Ricardo Esvito saying lapping it up had a really cool ability. Ricardo Esvito saying I never said good, I just said cool. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so the Snartle fusion ability. What about his skill is what's with it about his skill?
Like it makes it so like the user can only attack any monsters that are in front of it. That includes allies. So like if 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 there's an ally in front of the like it's really hard to build around Brutal, the Snartle fusion, because like he'll just be able to like he'll just hit his allies if he's behind any of them. So like you can't really build any defensive team builds around him because like if he's behind and if he's behind his friends, he'll just hurt them with his super high strength stat, which is the second highest in the game.
I see. I see. I see. And I have to ask, how viable has Snartle stayed throughout his time in the Yokai Watch franchise?
He's actually really not that good in Yokai Watch 2, and like he's actually heavily outclassed in Yokai Watch 3 because Benkei has the same skill, and Benkei has like a really good defense stat, and if you use prestigious treasures to like boost a Benkei up to S rank, he'll actually like be able to hit harder than Snartle.
I see. So yeah. I guess the same can be said for like Zerberker, but doesn't Zerberker have like a sort of detrimental skill?
Yeah, Zerberker will randomly attack an ally, so he's also pretty bad. But actually, Hisfit is actually on the viable side because like Hisfit has the same skill as Zerberker, but the difference is that because he's an E rank, his ultimate charge is super fast, and his ultimate actually covers really, really good tiles. So like you can build around him pretty reliably, and you don't have to rely on him attacking. You can just like get his ultimate charge like super fast, and it will just hurt a bunch of opponents like really reliably.
Nice. See. What are some other yokai that you've kind of noticed have been downgraded throughout their history in the franchise?
Gargros, Orcanos, and Ogrelus were nerfed pretty bad from Yokai Watch 2 to 3.
Yeah, they just don't have as high as stats anymore, don't they?
Yeah, they lost their DLC privileges.
I mean,
I'm on this little mode. The chef and the rat got along now, so now we get to play as them.
Right.
Gustavo
it's just like Ratatouille.
They even look like Mario and like the rat from Ratatouille in that little art. That's funny. Twinkling Topaz saying evolving Snartle into Brutal is like turning a delicious chocolate cake into a brick. Yeah, like getting Brutal is also pretty hard too, which is why it's so annoying.
Right, and like it just isn't really worth it in the end, just because Brutal's skill just makes it not worth using.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
What are some? Wait. Oh.
Okay, I can do a double jump. Neat. Oh. I'm just on the tutorial for the Gustavo and Brick.
And you can, and look, the rat can even spin dash.
Yep, the rat can spin dash.
Rats. We are the rats.
Celebrating yet another birthday bash.
Yes, you gotta love those. You gotta love that Germa joke.
I love it.
Oh yeah, another really good Germa joke is Coffee Cheetos chicken. Coffee Cheetos chicken. You know that one?
I don't know that one. Let me read the rest of the chat real quick. The Hinozal Awoken's ultimate was funny. Let's see what else. Endor 5000 still feel bad that Zerberker was demoted after the first game, further cementing his obscurity compared to his recolor. Also, Shogunyan was heavily nerfed in Yokai Watch 3 after being the best in Yokai Watch 2. Ricardo Esvito saying, reverse Ratatouille. Ricardo Esvito saying, Rick from Kirby. Okay, I can definitely see that.
Oh yeah, I definitely see that too. Now that it was mentioned. And is Endor right? Is Shogun Yen nowhere near as good as he once was?
Yeah, he's just like he competes with way too many Braves, and it also doesn't help that. And it also doesn't help that like they also introduced the Yokai Hovernyan Cow Cow, which is an S rank Brave.
And what does Hovernyan Cow Cow have over Shogunyan?
He has a skill that makes it so he has a really high crit rate, and he has more or less the same stats as Shogunyan in Yokai Watch 3, but a big issue is that he got the DLC privilege of having an extra item slot.
I see. And Shogunyan doesn't have that at all.
Yep.
Oh man. What about what about like Komashura? Has Komashura stayed viable, or has Komashura also fallen off?
Komashura is actually also really viable in Yokai Watch 3. Like he still has one of the absolute highest spirit stats of any yokai. I think it's still at number 1, even after so many yokai are introduced in Yokai Watch 3. So still a super high spirit stat, and because they reworked how magic attacks work so that they pierce through defense, Komashura just solidifies himself as a really good option.
Nice. I see. So he's still good, and arguably even better after all these years, isn't he?
Yeah. He managed to avoid getting power crept.
I see, and I guess...
And Twinkling Topaz saying, Sergeant Burley was also nerfed in the transition from Yokai Watch 2 to Yokai Watch 3. Not anything stat-related, I don't think, but they made him into an A rank instead of a C rank, meaning you cannot have a full team of them. Yeah, like, in Yokai Watch 2, Sergeant Burley was a C rank, which made him super easy to fit on teams, and he had a really good skill that boosted the strength of adjacent allies, so like they could so pretty much any physical attacker loved being between two Sergeant Burleys. But like now that he's A rank, he building around him is just a lot more difficult. Ricardo Esvito saying also 4 was a total downgrade from 3. Like right now I see it as more balanced blasters but worse gameplay wise. Yeah, I agree with that. Like Yokai Watch 4 just isn't as good as like Red Cat Corps and White Dog Squad or Yokai Watch 3. Like I sincerely hope that if they're gonna make more Yokai Watch games, I would prefer that they port Yokai Watch 2 and Yokai Watch 3 to the Switch rather than try to make a Yokai Watch 5. Unless Yokai Watch 5 is pretty much an upgrade on both those things.
And yeah, what about I guess there are some like really high ranking yokai that really didn't receive anything. Like I guess Dan Doodle would be an example of that, would it? Or
yeah, Dan Doodle is like it's because his skill is just really doesn't really help with actual battle. It's more of those it's more of those useful in-game kind of things since it increases befriending rate. But like that's pretty much made useless in Yokai Watch 3 thanks to Forbidden Fruit.
Right. If only Dan Doodle could get like another skill that would help it out more in battle. Like what kind of skill do you feel like it should have just to help just to improve its battle prowess?
hard to really say because it's a healer. Like it's just not like it's just not gonna have a. It's just gonna really struggle to stand out compared to a lot of healers.
Mm, so,
Um,
so both.
let's see. Uh, what was that? Let me read off more chat real quick.
No problem.
Endor 50, 5,000. Also Shogunyan's damage was heavily nerfed, and the Demuncher Devourer souls were nerfed heavily too. Oh yeah, they removed a bunch of soul gems that had really good effects. Like I said earlier, with like in the last stream with like Stinging Soul, that was one of them.
Oh yeah,
Eh,
like and like how is the Demuncher Devourer Souls nerfed?
I don't really know what they do. I'm pretty sure they're like vampiric fangs. I'd have to look up what they do again.
I see. I,
But like from a lot
I
of the
see.
competitive footage I saw, like a lot of I think a lot of Shogunyan preferred to carry like a soul that boosted their crit rate.
Just so it could take advantage of its extreme critical skill, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And what about in terms of the other legendary yokai? What about what was it? Spoiler Arena. How good has she remained in her time in both from both 2 and 3?
Spoilerina is kind of a weird case. She's more good in like in busters because like her skill makes it so that she has way lower cooldown, and since she's a healer, that means she can like that means she can like heal her allies a lot more faster and more reliably than most other healers.
Hmm. Nice. I
Oh,
see. So she's not as good. She's not as good as in the regular game, but in Busters, she's like really is like she's one of a she's a top pick. Would you say or
yeah, she's
close to a
definitely
top
one of
pick?
the better healers in busters. Red Cat and White Dog.
What would you say? What would you say are like the really good like top like choices for like healers and Busters, and what makes them prime picks?
Besides Spoilerina, uh, definitely Dan Doodle. I don't know, not Dan Doodle. Elder Bloom, like because he can like Elder Bloom can just revive. Elder Bloom can just revive his allies reliably, and like one thing a lot of Busters teams like to do as a security measure is like carry the carry the Washogun soul gem, which makes it so that the user has a full soul meter at the very start of the mission.
Hmm.
So an Elder Bloom can start off with his ultimate fully charged and ready to revive his allies if they need it.
I see. So he basically can pop up of a revive should his team need it.
Yeah, exactly. An extra
I see.
security measure just in case.
Just in case things
A
go
fail
wrong. I
safe.
see.
Yeah.
Right, and then I guess going back to like a yokai and just how they've managed to, how they've transitioned through between games. How would you say Professor has made in terms of viability? Has that been
I
maintained?
think it's mostly because I don't actually understand how Professor's skill works. But like I have seen a competitive team use him. I just his skill is kind of worded weirdly, so I don't really know what exactly it does.
Like
I'd
what?
have to look into it further to like before I could really give an opinion on that.
I see.
Anyway,
Like
let me see. Ricardo Esvito saying Komashura was bad in Busters. Dan Doodle's skill enemies are Endor 55,000 saying Dan Doodle's skill enemies are distracted by his handsomeness, so they're more likely to miss attacks. That could work. I could see that definitely working. Um, Endor 5000. Spoilerina was never really good in the main games because she's a charming healer and her stats were split between spirit and speed, so she wasn't that strong in many cases. In Busters, I loved her. Yeah, yeah. Like Spoilerina was also one of like my main choice of healers in, when I played Busters Red Cat and White Dog, because like just being able to heal like so fast is just really good.
right, right, and yeah, going back to like how yokai man, yeah, going back to how yokai maintain their viability. How has like Slurpin fared during his time in Yokai Watch 2 and his transition to 3.
Like Serpent was kind of okay in Yokai Watch 2. It's just that the problem was that he competed with for team slot with Gargros, whom arguably had a much better who of course had way higher stats. At, at, but in Yokai Watch but in Yokai Watch 3, like Serpent is actually like pretty viable. Like you'll actually see Serpent on certain teams because because Serpent still has the same skill of guard break, which makes it so that
Yeah.
so he can like wall break reliably.
Right. Right. Doesn't Serpent have like really high stats overall?
Yeah, Serpent has like super high strength and high spirit stats, so even if he doesn't attack and chooses to use a magic attack instead, it'll still do a ton of damage thanks to the thanks to of course the magic attacks X Pierce defense thing.
Right.
The pizza
Right,
got
right.
cold.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's actually hilarious. Like when the pizza gets cold, they get all frozen.
Oh no. Yeah, frozen. Yeah, I gotta love frozen pizza. But like, how do you
And
honestly
the
feel about?
pizza's cold. Oh no, not
Oh,
the pizza.
I know, right? And you gotta love. I honestly love it when Squidward honestly tries to tempt SpongeBob into like eating the pizza.
Such a well, like one of the better SpongeBob episodes. Then it, like pretty much what am I saying? Everything from season one, 2, and 3 are just gold.
I know.
Oh, how can it get any worse? Uh, g- br- the gas tank ink is automatically full again, and then drives off into the desert without them.
and now they gotta walk, and then that makes and you know the song that SpongeBob
Could you
sings.
survive? Do you think like if I were out in the desert and I had nothing but an annoying coworker and a pizza, I think anyone would go crazy in that situation.
Right, and the pizza that they're not allowed to eat, mind you, because it's for the customer.
Die out in the desert or risk your job.
I know, right? And you gotta love how their efforts are all fruitless because the customer wanted a drink.
I'll, like if like ima- like just it helps. Like I feel like with fast food it helps to have empathy on both sides.
Right, just kind of have respect that we're all human and we don't have like a billion arms to allow us to basically make food like in an instant
Yeah,
like that.
like food like food cooking and food, like even with fast food, it's like just really grueling work. Like I've worked at a Wendy's before. It's like it's just not pleasant. Like the food, like the cheeseburgers are absolutely delicious, but the process in making them, like, not the most pleasant.
Right,
Like you kind of have to have a passion for like fast food if you want to like do that kind of thing all day.
right. You got to be like SpongeBob. How he can make Krabby Patties in like an instant until the until one customer orders like a really infamous burger and then tells SpongeBob he forgets the pickles.
Something super specific, like no tomatoes, extra mayonnaise, all that lovely stuff.
Oh yeah.
Endor Fifth 5000 saying, didn't Serpent have equal stats and everything? It was an interesting gimmick, but I never saw him in competitive. He's the weirdest legendary for sure. Actually, no, like, Serpent has, like, super high strength and super high spirit. He's sort of a mix. He's a mixed attacker.
Right. And like what were some like when you worked at that Wendy's, what were some like really weird orders that you remember like getting from customers?
Um, I never got the orders personally, so, and it's been like a long time, so I can't really remember. Sometimes you would get like, I remember some orders that just don't have any vegetables, which is definitely weird. Man, I'm getting hungry for some Wendy's now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna play some mini golf now.
Oh boy. And what? But
Let's see how.
yeah. Anyway,
I don't really know how this works. Let's see how this works. Mini golf, huh? Hmm.
you're dead meat. And, oh yeah. Oh yeah, and going back to yokai and how their viability has changed. What are some like really good examples of lower ranking yokai that have actually become like better in as they've got as the games progressed?
Dumb Cap is definitely one of the best examples. Like, in 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 Yokai Watch 1, he was just a Dumb Cap recolor, but in Yokai Watch 2, they basically made him a really huge game changer because like they made it so that his negative in spirit bo- bo- boosts boosts speed boost spirit by it boosts spirit by 30%, which is higher than like which is way higher than like most in spirits would buff even a single stat.
Right, so Doomcap was like a really popular choice in a lot of magic attacking centric teams.
Yeah, exactly. Like no other yokai has a buff that good to the spirit stat. Like the most you'll usually get is like maybe 20 or 10%, and and then you have this E rank that does it for 30%.
Yeah, which is pretty nuts. And what about is there any like an equivalent to Doomcap that buffs strength that high or
Actually, yeah. There's Don-chan. Don-chan has a skill that boosts strength by 30%.
right? Oh yeah, I know that he. Yeah, I think I remember him like being really popular in Yokai Watch 2 because, of course, because he has the DLC privileges, doesn't he?
He's not a DLC privilege. He was actually. I'm pretty sure he was actually base game. Like he just happens to have a really good in spirit. Let me read some more chat. Twinkling Topaz, Wendy's is my favorite fast food place. I don't eat fast food very often, but when I do go out for some reason, Wendy's is the place. I agree. Wendy's is absolutely delectable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely top tier when it comes to fast food.
Those baconators with cheese. Oh man, I'm just getting hungry thinking about it.
What about? Yeah, have you actually tried their Baconator fries?
I haven't. Those sound pretty good though.
Yeah, just are you much of a fan of loaded fries?
They're okay. Sometimes I'm in the mood for it. I work at a Cajun restaurant, so sometimes I get a lot of cheese fries, and I think they're pretty okay.
The fries just kind of
with bacon and ranch and unprocessed cheddar. That's the big thing. I hate processed cheese.
yeah. So yeah, you really do. You really do taste like a difference between like processed and unprocessed. Like I only really like, for instance, I only really like American cheese on a burger. I don't like it on anything else.
Let me read some more chat real quick. NR50 saying, I think I've been to Wendy's once in my life, and that was over 10 years ago. I still remember the fries sucked, but the burger was pretty good. Great E saying, hi, it's Ricardo. Apparently YouTube hates me and made my message invisible, so I'm using an alt account. Okay. Endor 5000 saying, Dumbcap was the bane of my existence when two were paired with Frosttail and competitive. Okay, that actually sounds pretty annoying.
Yeah, I guess the buffs stack in that case, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Plus, it's a mysterious tribe unity. So, like, with Frosttail, I think with that one, their techniques never miss, and like, there's not really any good fi- There's only like one really good fire tank in Yokai Watch 2, and that would be what was it? Swelton, yeah. Like he's pretty much the only fire attribute tank. So like that's pretty much the only big thing you could really rely on to like resist ice magic attacks.
And I don't. And is Swanson any good otherwise, other than just being a fire element tank?
Yeah, actually Swelton is also another yokai that actually stood the test of power creep. In in Yokai Watch 2, Swelton was pretty viable because he was a tank with a double equipment slot, and his skill made reduce the time it took to switch in and out for all yokai. And it also took priority over skills that negated switching in and out, like No Sirs, who had their skill completely removed in Yokai Watch 2 because trapping is just broken.
Right. And so, what did Nosers get? What did Nosers get in terms of like the new skill?
He got a skill that's the same as like Corn Fused and it's the same as Corn Fused and Wazat, where all yokai won't do guarding actions by themselves, but like the Shielding Soul takes priority over that, so it's pretty bad.
Ah, I see. Oh. Speaking of souls, are you gonna have something similar when you create your game, or
Yes,
what were you
I
gonna
am.
do? Oh,
I'm pretty much gonna be doing the same thing, or at least something similar.
I see. And of course, you're gonna have a lot of the skills that you really liked in Yokai Watch. Like, what are some examples of souls you definitely want to add?
The Shielding Soul, definitely. The Crummy Mummy Soul with the revenge damage.
Oh yeah.
The Elder Bloom Soul, where the user can faint and like heal their allies.
Yeah.
Let me read this other chat real quick. Oh, the Great E. Also, Emignon and Predictable had the super attack boost, which made them really good healers and busters. Oh yeah. They made it so like they could buff an ally's strength like really well in the Buster's battle system.
I see. I see. So it could really help. So they really help with. So yeah, they're really good with. So they're really good when you pair them with really strong attackers.
Physical attacker team builds in Busters, yeah.
Right. What?
Endor 5000 saying, No Sirs were so good in Yokai Watch 2. They fell off so hard in Yokai Watch 3, which hurts. Twinkling Topaz saying, I think I'm gonna head offline now, Zion. Have a good rest of your night. Okay, you have a good day too.
Yep. Have a good night. Oh yeah. What are some other? Yeah. What are some other yokai that had like really that were apparently like really strong in previous games, but they had what made them so broken and notorious removed when they when the next games came.
Oh. Can't really think of anything that I haven't covered already. Let me finish. I'm gonna try to hurry up real quick because I gotta focus on my speed.
Yes, you gotta go fast.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. I got the places to go. Gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around. Gotta keep moving on. Just what lies ahead. Only one way to find out.
Must keep on moving ahead.
Must keep on moving ahead. No time for guessing. Follow my path instead. Trust the ink in what you can't see. Take my lead, I'll set you free.
Now we just need a power up for Peppino that has him riding on like an airboard or a skateboard.
That would be hilarious. Just 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 Peppino trying to be all radical with the cool kids.
I know, right? And doing all those cool dropping out of a helicopter, and that's how the level begins.
No, no, no free movies or popcorn. I'm out of here.
Talk about budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better. Or in,
Running my pizzas.
or in the case, or in the case of the Snap Cube Sonic realizes what that big is there too.
I haven't watched the SA2 who dub in full, but like I just know a lot of the highlights, so I'll definitely look for that little clip.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You of course know about Snap Cube's recent dub of Shadow the Hedgehog, right?
I know of it. I haven't watched it yet though.
I see. Oh yeah.
Um, I think I remember something about Black Doom being like a door religious nut.
Oh,
Or
oh yeah.
or am I thinking of something else?
I think he was. I was like that, but I just remember. This one scene where Shadow shows up to like where Shadow shows up and he's about to fight Eggman, but he's like, you have to do whatever I say, or else you're under arrest, Eggman, egg face, egg poopy poopy butt." And then Eggman goes, "You may be the," and then he just cuts to, "Don't you ever fucking call me that again, I will kill you." But then cuts to Eggman just defeated, and he's just wheezing. And then Shadow's like, "Not if I kill you first."
That sounds funny. Yeah, they make pretty good fan dubs.
Oh yeah, yeah. It also kind of really. You also just kind of forget about how ridiculous like the like real stories, like the actual stories of those games are, because Shadow the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog is quite a story, wouldn't you say?
It's a story with a lot of branches that don't actually matter. Like I don't even
Right.
know like where I'm supposed to begin or end with that story, because of all the branches. Like your choices matter, but they actually don't. Like which route is like technically the canon one? Like, is it supposed to be the neutral one?
Like I honestly have like no idea. It's like.
Like, so how am I supposed to criticize the story if I don't even know what the story is?
Right, but there's a lot of. It's kind of funny with how all the story paths, a lot of how a lot happens. How apparently Shadow's amnesiac nature makes him really gullible, and
Yeah.
how at one point how in one storyline he's tricked into thinking that he's a robot because he has encounters with all those shadow androids.
Yeah. Let me read off a chat. And Endor 5000. Really, when it comes to viability changes between Yokai Watch 2 and 3, it was mostly due to the change in how the yokai are placed and interact in the new battle system. The Great E saying, also I remember why Academy was insanely hard for me because I had no idea what equipment was good. Great E also saying, part of the plot was Shadow was trying to go to hell, but he killed the president, which was super cool. Great E saying, the weirdest and most random video game story is Super Paper Mario, which is about how Luigi is the Antichrist and also a love story at the same time. Endor 5000 saying, I still remember when Shadow the Hedgehog was new because my brother and cousin loved the opening cinematic and thought it was the coolest thing ever made. I still think it is pretty cool myself, so like, I'm not one to criticize them. Anyway, I think I've had enough for playing for right now, so
Alright.
thanks all for showing up and coming in, and watching us play and talk. Love y'all.
All right. Yeah. Hope you all had a good time.